Alright everybody, let me turn on them lights so you can see that beautiful pretty face. Anyways. Today we're gonna be doing some stats. Let's talk about stats, how you can build any character in the game. So for that, I did get myself a little bit of a stat sheet that you should know about. I've talked about this before, but this one actually kind of shows and tells you actually anything and everything that you need. We're gonna start off the ones that I know 100% of, okay? So we're gonna start off with the Knight, or the Death Knight / DPS tank, because I just have it equipped, so we're gonna start off with that. The DPS tank basically wants to go full strength, okay? It gives you base physical damage in percentage, and then also max HP. You're gonna go full strength with that, no matter what. Of course, if you have some survivability issues, because the Death Knight is difficult to stat when you don't have the right params and not the right gear. If you don't have the right gear in any of these builds that I'm telling you right now, then you have to work on that first, but this is a small thing that you can kind of like, hold on to for a little bit, okay? But mostly, nothing changes. Even if I have bad gear, it's gonna be full strength. Of course, if you have issues finishing anything, you can always stat 10 or 20 into endurance. That actually applies to most characters. If you have issues as a healer, put a little bit of endurance in there to be a little bit more, you know, survivable and stuff like that. So this is the DPS tank. Now, how about the HP tank? What do you think? It's going to be endurance. Of course it's going to be endurance. Max out endurance because that will give you physical defense, magical defense, HP regeneration as well, even though it's not much, but it's okay. And then you have max HP +6 each skill point. That is always each skill point. Alright, let's talk about the next class. Next class would be the Warrior. The Warrior is only being played in one way and one way only, and that is, well, you can't see right now, I actually switched to it, is full strength. The Warrior needs to do a lot of damage. Again, if you struggle with the Warrior, put in 10 or 20 into endurance, but most likely, if you have good items, survivability, a lot of defense, which is important by the way, very important, you will go with full strength. Let's talk about the Archer. The Archer has two different ways of playing it. I don't recommend to ever go full dexterity. Some people thought it's a good idea. If you have extremely powerful gear that only boosts strength and everything, there might be a way or a world out there where you could go full dex, because it does give you attack speed, evasion, crit chance, crit damage, and armor penetration. Now, the only reason why I used dexterity in an Archer is to get myself the critical chance, because I always believe that you need to have at least 20% of critical chance. So dexterity gives you critical chance. You can see it gives you 0.25% each skill point. So there's two ways of running it. One of them is full strength, and one of them is a hybrid between 60-40, I would say, with strength and dexterity, if you don't have enough crit chance. Which most likely you will have if you just started out, same as me. I've had that, so yeah. You can, but most likely, most people I know that I've seen, they run full strength. Unless you have godlike tier items where you can go full dexterity, but most of you probably are gonna run full strength. Now let's talk about the wands, the wizards of the world, the realm of the world. I don't know, Oracle Wand. I'm just gonna quickly equip that. The wizard is an interesting one. I did go, it depends on what you want to do. So there's again two ways of, actually, you might have three ways of building a wizard. First of all, full intelligence. Oh wait, I actually put on the wand. The wand is for healing. Yeah, put on a staff, for the wizard. Most people, most likely, will run. I'm sorry, just scratch what I just said, because I meant the healer. The mage wants to go full intelligence, obviously, for obvious reasons. You see base magical damage, you see base magical damage in percentage, and you see max MP. So, you want to go with that. Put those stats all into intelligence. Let's talk about... Is it the last class? No, almost the last class. Let's talk about the healer. Now, the wand. There you have three different ways of doing so. One of them is full intelligence, where you want to do a lot of damage, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. If you want to do full healing, if you want to be a professional healer as a healer, I mean, in the early stages I did try to make a battle healer, you know, so I went full intelligence. But overall, you want to go for wisdom. Full wisdom. Throw everything into wisdom, because you have base heal damage in percentage, MP regen, which is also very important, and MP mana points +6. Very simple. You could do technically, you could do a hybrid a little bit between intelligence and wisdom. I don't recommend it though. If you want to be a full healer as a healer, which you should do, then you go full wisdom. Alright, let's talk about the last class, and that's going to be the assassin. That is a class that I used to main a long time ago. Now, well, a few months ago. Few weeks ago. For the assassin, you want to go full strength and maybe put a little bit into endurance if you have survivability issues, which the assassin usually does have. It's a very expensive class because you will need to have good daggers to do a lot of damage. It doesn't have to be Uchigatanas or anything like that, but you can rock it with, you know, I don't know, 150 to 180 damage items, but most likely you should be running full strength, and then you use something like the duelist that you can see right over here right now to give yourself a little bit more damage. But, you know, the assassin is a glass cannon type of character, so you're going to have high damage, high risk, high reward, but you also are able to fall quite fast. I do recommend on any of the classes that I've shown, maybe not the healer so much, but every other class to have lifesteal on it. It's very important. Lifesteal does help out a lot. As you can see here, you can't see right now. I'm gonna get rid of this sheet, but make sure to know this sheet because it explains everything that it does, right? Strength is gonna give you base damage, stuff like that. Warrior, aka Death Knight, anything that wants to do damage. Endurance is always to survive a little bit longer. You can slap on a little bit of endurance onto every character that you have, so you don't die that fast if you have that issue. Dexterity is something to get your crit chance up, your attack speed, movement speed not so much. Attack speed, evasion chance. Evasion means that you're dodging items, dodging skills, not items. What the hell am I talking about? And then, you know, you have some crit damage, crit chance. Armor penetration is for people that block a lot, that you can go through heavy armor, stuff like that. Intelligence, of course, magic, wizard, do damage, and wisdom is the healer. And yeah, you also have some heavy armor pieces and some cloth and some leather in there. Cloth is good, you know, as you can see, it shows you. Everything is on the Discord server. I don't know how many people can't find it. Maybe it's the parental controls, but if you go onto the Discord server, onto the Roblox page of the game, of Dungeon Leveling, the Discord server is right there. If you can't see the Discord server, you might be too young to join or have some sort of parental controls on it, but yeah, that's all I have for you to stat every single character in the game. Next, we're gonna do the stat tree, the skill tree in the next video. I'm gonna show you what ways to go for what class, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.